Hello, my dears. It is Wednesday, the 6th of May, 2020, and we're in the week when we're going to celebrate 75 years of VE Day. That's Victory Europe. Of course, it carried on in Japan for a few more months after that. And it makes me look back at some of the stories my grandparents told, and also documentaries about the community spirit in the UK during the times of the Blitz, for example. And for those who don't know, the Blitz was when Germany just bombarded England and generally London, just bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, endlessly. But Noel Coward wrote a song called London Pride because he noticed a few times after these Blitz attacks that the British public would just wake up the following morning, get up, and then just pick their way through the rubble. And he found that quite admirable. And I think we have got that spirit back during this COVID-19 situation. I have personally noticed people are more friendly. They want to help in certain situations when they can. And in many ways, I think we're going to move forward being a better people. I've been asked for my reflections. Well, as terrible as the lockdown must be for some people, I confess I'm in a luxury position that I have a back garden that I can go into if I want to get some fresh air and enjoy the sun. But keeping a distance is the major thing, and it's been explained to us many times the reasons for that. And although slowly, things are gradually improving to the situation. There is talking of easing the lockdown, and now that's a very positive situation to be in. But the danger is people will just sprat out like greyhounds out of their traps, and so the virus will just spread even more. I have noticed there's a bit of blame culture coming in. Everybody want to know how the virus came about. There's conspiracies, from it being an alien force that has landed to chemical or germ warfare by the Chinese. I think Trump in particular is desperate to blame the Chinese on everything, whereas in fact it probably is just a new virus that has become a pandemic, as these things do historically. I mean, 100 years ago we had the Spanish flu, didn't we? And I know something happened in the 60s because there were thousands of people dying then. And also our old common flu isn't so common. Every year it changes, and that's why we have to have an annual flu jab. What else is there? People have been commenting that the Nightingale hospitals haven't been utilised so much, and so were they in fact a waste of money? I think no. I think actually what could happen is that the Nightingale Centre should become the centre for any COVID outbreak, and that then releases beds for other hospitals to get on with other routine and emergency cases, because we're hearing lots of stories that people who are in various serious positions are having their operations cancelled. So maybe that's a way of sorting things out. What I will say, I don't really want to blame anyone because we're in the situation that we're in, so we've got to deal with it, is I would argue in the UK, to my friends outside the UK borders, we did about 4 or 5 years ago have an exercise, what will happen if there's a pandemic. And the report, I think, came out to light in about 2016, and from what we're being told, absolutely nothing was done, despite us being told that we would be in a desperate position, and we're actually, in 2016, were not in a position to deal with a pandemic. Now, if that is true, then I have to say my sort of knee-jerk reaction to that is, well, anyone who's in charge in whatever the government was then should now not be allowed to be a minister. Discuss. I've got so many people coming to me saying, I've got a friend who's an expert in this, I've got a friend who's an expert in that, and coming up with all sorts of stories. They probably are experts, but as we also know, experts disagree. Very often a lot of time is wasted in situations because either one expert doesn't believe something, or another expert can say what is going to happen but can't provide physical evidence of it, which is a bit worrying. But it goes back to what I was saying before. We mustn't blame people. We must stop this trying to find out to blame people. And the news channels, please, BBC in particular, I'm not sure we need 24-hour COVID news items all the time. I think we're getting a daily report from 10 Downing Street, and I personally am quite happy to listen to the daily report and then have a discussion afterwards. But 24 hours, we're not finding out about anything else. I know this is a global situation, but please give us other news or even positive stories. And all I can say is one of the silver linings from the whole exercise is during lockdown, particular, the air quality in the UK has improved tremendously. And this is only, a 6 or 7 week period. So that's something to think about when people are saying that global campaigns to clean up the planet are impossible. Well, we've now just proved we just need 6 weeks of doing nothing. Until my next vlog. Bye.